Baba Yaga, the boogeyman. That's what they call him. Only this isn't from some John Wick movie. To us Delphi group members, this man is evil incarnate, the target of my life's current work. On February 13th, 2017, Liberty German, 14, and her best friend, Abigail Williams, 13, were savagely murdered at the Monon Highbridge Trail in Delphi, Indiana. Locals and law enforcement were stunned, as was the world. Police were extremely tight-lipped at first, releasing an image of the suspect taken from the victim's own phone. A short audio clip was also released. In it, we hear the perpetrator order the girls down the hill. The hill happens to be a steep 30-foot embankment off the southeast side of Monon Highbridge, an 80-foot freestanding pillared railway trestle bridge built in 1891 by the Monon Rail Line. Until the 1930s and 40s, this system brought important commerce into the area and acted as a great rail system between Chicago and the lower United States. The bridge has not been used as a rail bridge since the 1960s and has since fallen into nearly total disrepair. So where do we go from here? What is the status of this case? Didn't police have all this evidence? Didn't Jerry Holman claim that he would get the guy that did this? That they were very close? What about Indiana State Police Superintendent Doug Carter? Didn't he claim the case was not cold? Is it cold? What about this guy? The county sheriff, Tobe Lesenby. Is he as committed to this case as he is his beard? Or is everyone just smacking their gums like Roscoe here? We all know how much he loves his gum. But all jokes aside, it's a very serious thing. And yeah, the police force in Carroll County is more like a carnival clown troupe than a police force. But if not us, then who? Who's going to stand there with the victims and their families? Real people are dying here. And I'm sure there will be more. This is Gabriel Sebastian Ellis. I believe that he is the bridge guy. This man is a recidivist felon with a complete disregard for human life and values. In 2016 and 17, Ellis lived in a small apartment in Kokomo. No, I'm not talking the Beach Boys song, Kokomo, Indiana. It's known for being a cesspool of murder, sexual violence, unsolved crimes, and has one of the biggest methamphetamine operations in the state of Indiana. With a population of only 57,869 people, the city of Kokomo has a violent crime score of 679.71 of 100,000 population. That's nearly twice the state average. Of all the persons of interest that I've pointed at over the past year, Gabe Ellis has the best chance of being our killer. In a soundbite made by Michael Phillips, we hear a clear and precise comparison between the voice of Ellis and the murderer. Link will be below. Not only are the voices close tonally, but in my opinion, they're freaking identical. On October 11, 2016, 18-year-old Karina McClurkin vanished while walking home in Kokomo at the 1000 block of South Washington Street. Nearby, her identification and wallet were found all untouched. Her family for months tried to persuade Kokomo Police Department to do something, but to no avail. At the time of her disappearance, Karina was suffering from substance abuse issues and had recently relapsed. She had been considering getting clean in Florida at a treatment center. If only she had considered sooner, she might have been saved. Instead, it is believed that she was abducted and murdered. Gabe Ellis is one of the last to see her alive. His car was identified as being at the scene. Witnesses described a 2001 silver Grand Am with temporary paper dealer plates. The family was devastated at Karina's disappearance, but received very little help from Howard County or the locals for that matter. Then, on January 25, 2017, Karina's cousin, 16-year-old Sierra Daly, also of Kokomo, went missing. Witnesses this time fully identified Gabe Ellis to be the driver of the car that she was last seen getting into. This sparked intense scrutiny towards the KPD, who served a search warrant and raided his home while he was running. Police seized a computer, a phone, methamphetamine, and other narcotics. The hard drive yielded photos of various underage girls performing sex acts on Ellis. As the state began to get involved, they issued another warrant for his arrest. It had 8 to 12 pending charges, including possession of methamphetamine, possession with the intent to traffic, possession of cocaine, child exploitation, theft of a firearm, possession of child porn, manufacturing methamphetamine, driving while suspended, and several other small charges.
So are we in the Twilight Zone? Is it safe to say that something insane is happening here? What the fuck is wrong with Indiana? This is Tina Rodell. She's the mother of a girl named Megan Allen. Late on February 12, 2017, her and several other Kokomo natives drove into Carroll County. They had heard of Ellis's plight with Howard County and wanted to meet up with their old pal. Isn't that sweet? You see, they had been using the underside of Monon Highbridge in Delphi as a methamphetamine lab for months now. Rumor has it that Ellis was there that day to meet up with them and pick up some booze, coke, and meth for the road. After all, he was wanted. Oh, and remember Karina's cousin, Sierra? She was there that night with him. Ellis had spun them some crazy story later after the murders, that some guy named Chuck S. committed the murders, that he took care of him. That Chuck had been a rat on Derek German for the anhydrous ammonia theft that several of them did years earlier. This is absolute bullshit. In fact, there isn't even a Chuck S. that fits this description living there. In reality, Ellis secretly thought that Derek German was the rat, and he wanted revenge. And shit hit the fan. The world was introduced to Delphi. Libby and Abby, two beautiful teenagers, go missing at the Monon Highbridge Trail on February 13, 2017, in broad daylight, and with upwards of supposedly 50 people walking the public trail system. For years, we have watched law enforcement screw this case up. And why? We've been taken on an emotional roller coaster, one that never seems to move. Many persons of interest have came, all have went. Police claim that they only need one piece of evidence. What exactly is that? Aren't all cases one piece away from solving? Worst of all, for 2 years, they looked for the man in this sketch. Suddenly, at a press conference in 2019, police announced a new direction of sorts and replaced the sketch with another one. One that looks totally different from the first. Wait, what?
In all the commotion, no one heard that Gabe Ellis was captured in Kokomo on February 15, 2017. In the car, police found 16-year-old Sierra Daly. She was sitting in the back seat, unbathed, hungry. Ellis had been sexually assaulting her up to 3 times daily by the time he was apprehended. It took police 2+ years to release any video of the perpetrator. And when they did, they said they were confident that the public would be able to identify him. Though this never did happen. Police have said that when it comes to sketches, we're not to use them like a picture. I ask you though, what's the point of using them if they are not used to visually identify a look-alike? After all, every sketch is painstakingly drawn out. Every portion of the face is specifically described and recorded. Sometimes, even color is added from the witness statements.
So why then are there two? Why is there so much confusion? This guy, Carroll County Sheriff's Department Chief Tobe Lesenby. This man has done questionable things since the very beginning of the investigation. Ex-Carroll County Superior Court Judge Curtis Glenn Fouts. ISP Superintendent Doug Carter, who had just been working to rid Flora of the crooked Randall administration. Ex-Delphi Mayor Shane Evans. Former Carroll County Prosecutor Robert Ives. Kokomo Mayor Greg Goodnight. Indiana Governor Eric Holcomb. And so many others. This don't look, don't tell attitude is pissing off the locals, some of whom you've betrayed. So I guess here we are, on the precipice of knowing everything. Why do I think this is Gabe Ellis? I'm gonna spell it all out for you right here. So my team found this picture online. It appears to be a frame from the video, or a frame that's not in the video that's released. It clearly shows the hood on his head, and his jacket's open, revealing what appears to be a red emblem on a shirt underneath. Okay, I know what you're saying. Doesn't Harvey Carroll ignorantly draw shit all over photos of BG? Yes, he does. But other than some slight questionable areas on the front of his jacket, I must admit, this photo does seem fairly unique. Where is this frame from? Where did it come from? Is it from Libby's phone? Maybe it could be a trail camera. So I want you to just keep that in the back of your mind. And I'm going to bring up some stuff here. Let law enforcement show you Ellis's description. Take a look at this first sketch. Now with Gabe. Bridge guy's shoes match with Gabe's. Look at the bridge guy's infamous coat. Focus on the color, the blue. Now let's look at Gabe Ellis's coat. It's a perfect match. Look who also likes to wear the newsboy cap. Same height, same build. The bridge guy walks stiffly and steps in an odd gait, as though he is sporting an old leg, back, or hip injury. He steps carefully with his right leg and supportively on his left. Go figure. Months earlier, Ellis is thrown from a motorcycle. His right arm was shattered and required surgery. His hip on his right side was also severely injured, and the ankle and knee on the left leg was fixed also with surgery. But thanks to this, he also has a limp. Remember when I told you that Ellis got caught on February 15, 2017 with a minor in his back seat? Well, the vehicle he was driving was a 2001 Grand Am. It was gray. On the car, however, he had a set of expired temporary dealer plates. They were stamped Indiana G908510 and expired April of 2016. The same expired plates were used on a 2012 Dodge Dart that was left abandoned at the old CPS building on the day of the murders. Police later identified this vehicle with the suspect. Could this be the bridge guy? And who the hell is this? When these murders occurred in 2017, we were surely in a different time. The boogeyman is much more prevalent today than ever. And as we round into 4 years after these murders, I am reminded that humanity is a victim of time. Too much time can pass, and a person become comfortable with broken promises by a corrupt and blood-soaked world. Carroll County certainly has blood on its hands, and the devil is owed his due. As we search for the killer together, let us all pay mind to him walking amongst the officials there. After all, he is their offspring. There, in the dark, we all catch glimpses of his works, even up until now. And every murder that occurs to protect the truth from getting out, it's more blood on their hands. Baba Yaga, the boogeyman, let's quit letting them put that monster under the bed. Join me in my next video, where I will break down the accomplice. Like, share, and subscribe.